Good evening. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to tell you a nice little story before bedtime. Today is January 1st, 2021. So, if you are ready, listen up. Tokoyo and the Sea Monster. Folk tales are stories passed on from adults to children without ever being written down. Every country has its folk tales, and this one comes from Japan. It is the story of a young pearl diver named Tokoyo. Is that the word where Tokyo comes from? The people of Tokoyo's village made their livelihood diving for pearls. Tokoyo was the youngest of the divers. She could stay underwater longer and collect more oysters than anyone. Searching for the one oyster in the sea, in a thousand, one in a thousand, that contained a precious pearl. The sea was like a second home to her, and she swam easily through its depths, cutting oysters from the rocks with her razor-sharp pearling knife. I'm walking in the meantime. The other pearl drivers were all the family Tokoyo had. Her mother had died when she was a baby, and while she was still a child, misfortune struck again. Her father, whose sense of humor had gotten him into trouble before, had made a joke about the fact that the emperor was always sick. Because making fun of the emperor was a crime, Tokoyo's father was banished to the island of Oki, far from the Japanese mainland. Oh dear. To make matters worse, communication between Tokoyo, and her father were forbidden. She couldn't even talk to her father. Her friends tried to console the young girl, but they could not lift her spirits. She felt like an orphan, and the house that had once been filled with laughter was now filled with sorrow. Oh dear. Now let me try to pronounce her name properly. Tokoyo. I do apologize. It's Tokoyo. Tokoyo's one desire was to see her father. On her 15th birthday, she left her village and set off for Oki. Soon after landing on the island, Tokoyo saw a group of people standing on the edge of the cliff, with a girl about her own age who was dressed all in white. People explained to Tokoyo that the evil sea god that made its house in the waters of the island demanded the life of the young girl once a year. So they had to sacrifice a girl once a year? Oh dear. They told her that the girl cowering before them had been chosen as the sea god's victim and was about to be thrown into the sea. Oh dear. Then they said that the sea god had also cast a spell on the emperor, causing him many ailments. That I can believe. When she heard this, Tokoyo saw a chance to help her father. She begged people to let her take the girl's place. They began to deliberate among themselves, while Tokoyo waited anxiously. Finally, to her great relief, they agreed. Tokoyo walked to the edge of the precipice. It's at night, folks, I can hardly see. She walked to the edge of the precipice, took a deep breath, and leaped into the water. She swam deeper and deeper until at the bottom of the sea she found herself face to face with the evil god, sea god. Tokoyo drew her pearling knife, slaying the evil sea god and thus ending the spell he had cast on the emperor. In an instant, all the emperor's symptoms disappeared. He was delighted to be rid of the doctors who had attended him. And when he learned of Tokoyo's brave deed, he promised the young girl whatever she wanted. As a result of Tokoyo's wish, her father regained his freedom and was happily reunited with his daughter. One of these days I will learn English. Today is not the day. This is your bedtime story for tonight, children, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's off to bed. After a night of celebration, we retire to bed early. Good night. Sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.